This is a utility knife. I use them for a lot of things, cutting boxes, marking lines that I want to cut, trimming a little bit off the edge of something, uh, even cutting filament from my 3D printer. Uh, really great tools. Most everybody has one. Only problem is I typically can't find it when I need it. And since I can't find all of my utility knives, I'm just going to 3D print a bunch. Okay, here we are with the 3D printed knife kit. So this is all of the 3D printed parts along with the hardware that we're going to use for this. And the only hardware we're going to use is obviously the utility knife blade itself. Right here, we have two M3 by 16 screws. I'm using button head screws here. The original designer has socket cap, but I like the look of these better. And then one M3 by 6 screw and the 3 nuts that go along with that. So to get started on this, we're going to take the liner pieces, that's these 2 pieces right here, and we're going to sandwich the knife holder assembly basically in between these. So this is going to go on here like this. This is just going to basically go on the other side, such, and this is going to get trapped in there like that. So there we go. All right, from here, this little piece right here is the pivot arm where the springs are going to attach. I'm going to go ahead and attach one of the springs here on this side, and it's going to pass through this opening here where the slot is. Flip it over, attach this edge here. And then I'm going to take the scales and put these on. And there's these little recesses on the back side of the scale. You see that there? That the spring will fit into. So the way I like to do those is to grab this, pull it down to this edge right here, wiggle it in place, push it up like that, and then seat it inside of this part of the liner. Flip this over, do the same thing with this side. Once you get those things positioned, you're going to set your nuts in, or at least this one. Get this attached. Do the back end for this. Get that one installed. And that is that portion of the knife completed. All right. Now to get the blade into here, there's a couple things you must do. There's a slot cut into this. You have to position the back end of the blade into that slot and kind of work it through to where that notch is in the second notch of the blade. That way the hole is open there. We'll take this piece here, this retaining clip. We will slide that over top of this side right here. This is where M3 by 6 screw will go into. And our nut on the back. And that gets cinched down like so. So now we have our completed utility knife blade using the standard utility knife. Now, This one right here works really well. Closes, holds, retains, and then you just open it back up like this. Pull the here, the spring to close. All right, the difference between this and the other version, which is the Coast knife blade. This is the Coast knife blade. The assembly is pretty much identical, with the exception of the shape of this is different than the shape of the standard utility knife. And one thing you'll also notice is the Coast knife 3D print file comes with this piece here, which you can slide through and create a kind of a thumb grip here if you want. But this one will only work with the Coast knife blades. So here's the Coast knife version and the standard utility knife version. Okay, now that I've got several of these knives printed out, I want to kind of discuss a little bit of the things that I've noticed since using them for a little while. This right here is the most recent one that I printed. It is a just standard utility blade version printed in all PETG. It works pretty good. I've cut down on several boxes, opened up several Amazon packages, and it's held up pretty well. One that I've been using today, and I carried this out with me, is this one. And the difference between this one has actually two differences. One, it's using the Coast blade insert, which has the standard knife look, but also anything that you see with the orange on here is made from PLA. Um, I noticed that the PLA had a little bit more shrinkage when it was cooling and doesn't have as good of a finish as it sits. And then I've noticed um, that the blade does pop out a little bit. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but at the very tip can possibly come out if it's shaken too much. Now, granted, the springs in here are still PETG. I 100% recommend that you only use PETG for the springs in these. I don't think the PLA would withstand the compression and decompression like the PETG can. But with that being said, I do like the style with the Coast knife insert. Here's another one. This is feels a lot more solid than the other one, but I haven't used this one as much as the other one. And again, the only thing on this one that is PLA are the liners themselves. The springs are PETG. The outside is PETG, and anything black basically. But it seems to be holding up well. This one is not falling out and has pretty good uh, feel to it as I open and close it. This is the one you just saw me put together, is the standard utility blade. Obviously, being brand new, it has had zero use in it, but you can tell this thing is pretty solid and is holds up pretty well. So a couple things that I will talk about this cost wise. So if I bought this standard Stanley knife, I think these are about $9 or $10. They work well, but it's just big heavy metal. This one here is one of the Milwaukee Fastback. It works well. It's metal. It's stiff. It's tried and true. But these, depending on which version you get, can be 15 to, I think I've seen some of them at like $23, depending on the features you have. One of them has like a little fold-out screwdriver on it. That's a little bit more expensive. Those are nice if that's what you can carry around with you all day. I tend to lose my knives, so mine are more around the shop, kind of quick use type things, cutting down cardboard boxes, breaking them down to put in the trash, that sort of thing. So having something like this that I can 3D print and have just kind of ready to go when I need it, that's not going to get lost, or if it does get lost, isn't a huge deal, is pretty good. So with the standard blade utility knife, we're looking at maybe 50 cents in total cost for this. When you add up the 3 screws and nuts, I buy them in pretty big sets for fairly cheap. Bought a 50 pack of these blades. I think actually I believe it was a 100 pack. Yeah, it was a 100 pack of these blades was $17. So those are fairly cheap as well. So all in all, very inexpensive. Where the price starts to change is if you make one of the Coast knife blade inserts. These are quite a bit more expensive. I bought a pack of 12 of these, and these come kind of prepackaged like this. These 12 blades, I believe, were somewhere around $24-25 for this, so about $2 a blade. But again, they are significantly thicker than a standard utility knife blade, and I believe they should hold up their edge a little bit longer than a standard razor blade as well. I think it's more kind of geared around uh, a replaceable knife, and not so much a razor blade or a utility knife. So I would say this one's probably closer to about $2.50. So still significantly less than this, uh, and even more significantly less expensive than this. It was fun to print this, fun to assemble it, and I really like being able to use it and be able to customize it to the different colors. After using the one here with the majority PLA, I will probably not recommend you print it with PLA. I recommend PETG just because the PETG just feels a lot more robust and sturdy. So far, I haven't had any issues or accidents with it, but definitely the PETG just feels a lot better and more robust. All right, thank you for watching, and if you print one, I'd love to see a picture of it. Just let me know, and I will talk to you again on the next one.